Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Welcome to Storyboard18 Visionaries, where we continue our journey of celebrating the brightest minds in marketing. Following the success of our inaugural event in Gurugram, we now shine the spotlight on Bengaluru, the Silicon Valley of India. Here, amidst the bustling innovation hub, we honor the trailblazers of branding and marketing, decoding their growth stories and paving the way for a future of enduring brands. Storyboard18 Visionaries offers a platform for the sharpest minds in brand marketing to convene, celebrate excellence, and exchange ideas that ignite growth. The event kick-started with a fireside chat between Saurabh Khattar, country manager at Integral Ad Science, and Delshad Irani, managing editor at Storyboard18, where they delved into the pivotal role of media quality for Indian advertisers, dissecting its nuances, risks, and mitigation strategies amidst concerns about consumer trust.
Let me just sort of get straight into the conversation, Saurabh. You, of course, oversee media quality standards across advertising platforms. Let's just sort of zoom out immediately and tell me how the idea of media quality has evolved.
Thank you for the question, Dilshad. Media quality is a measure of how safe, suitable, and effective an ad impression is. And it encompasses a number of factors and parameters. Let me speak about the three most important ones. I call it as BAV. B is for brand suitability and safety, which means it's a measure of whether your ad is placed around a safe and suitable content or it's around any harmful or offensive content. Ad fraud, the prevalence of bot traffic, invalid traffic, or any deceptive activity that stops or prevents the advertiser's message from being heard. And there's a recent Juniper's research report where we saw that in 2023, almost 84 billion US dollars was wasted to ad fraud. That's a huge number. Third, which is V, viewability and attention matrix. So it's the measure or percentage of ads which have been actually seen or had users' attention. Now, in this digital world, for an ad to have an impact, it has to be viewed and not just served. But unfortunately, today, almost 50% of the ads are not being viewed. And that's a huge money that is being wasted on this. So yeah, media quality is all about this BAV and all these three parameters.
With, of course, AI, deepfakes, all of that, Gen AI, privacy has again taken a front seat in terms of conversations. Tell me, because you're gathering so much data, you have so much information on consumers, how do you navigate between that and then, of course, offering those solutions based on those insights to your clients, to advertisers?
I think with all these new regulations, GDPR, CCPA, and now in India, the DPDP Act, the bill, it has made a little challenging for advertisers to collect that data and use that data for advertising, basically. And at IIS, we do not use any cookies or user data to provide these three BAV metrics that I spoke about. But we are also helping clients to target via contextual targeting. So at IIS, we have also developed technology where advertisers can target not on just basis of context, but also on the basis of emotions and sentiments. And we have seen a resurgence in contextual advertising.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Saurabh. It was lovely chatting with you. Thank you.
Sridhar Venkatramana, Senior Director of Brand Solutions and Customer Marketing at Viacom18, delivered a special keynote highlighting the dynamic landscape of brand solutions and customer engagement, offering invaluable insights.
What we have in our minds is very clear. We want to really sort of make every Indian change the way they consume sports in this country. And in that perspective and that regard, in this season of IPL, our ambition is to reach 650 million Indians through the course of those 2 months through our fantastic platform, JioCinema, during IPL. What we have done post the IPL last season is went on a bit of a shopping spree. We've bought some very critical rights across BCCI bilaterals and Cricket South Africa, WPL, ISL, and also multiple international leagues in sports like BWF and MotoGP and La Liga Serie. I think we have a comprehensive portfolio of sports on JioCinema right now. And not just this, the biggest event this year, Paris Olympics, will be live streamed on JioCinema. And it won't be an understatement to sort of tell you that this will probably be the craziest sports event you'll watch on a digital platform, because we are truly unlocking the power of digital. Our agenda was very clear. We had a very simple thought in our minds. We wanted every single sports fan in this country, especially those who follow their IPL teams, we wanted them to watch IPL in the language they prefer, in the language they speak, in the language they hear, which is where you see those 12 different languages that were used for broadcasting IPL on digital last season. And the running joke is there's no meeting rooms in JioCinema's office during IPL. Every meeting room is a studio, because every studio is running from the office premises. So we will have 100 plus cricket legends running around the office.
Later in the evening, the CEO of Diageo India, Hina Nagarajan, shared her insights on the evolving dynamics within the marketing realm. Emphasizing the crucial need for adaptability and innovation, she elaborated on how Diageo navigates challenges and seizes opportunities in an ever-changing market, offering strategies to maintain a leading edge in the industry.
My personal journey started with my upbringing in a very progressive middle-class household. My mom always used to tell me, you have to be self-sufficient. You must always work. And I tell you, even today, that piece of advice keeps me going, right? I never imagined that I would one day be leading the largest Alcobev company in India, listed company, or even sitting on the Diageo Global Executive. It was just unimaginable for me. And as I look back to reflections on how this happened, I do think that one of the most critical things was leading with purpose. During the course of my now 35 plus years career journey, I have discovered my purpose. My purpose is to live and help others live a life of impact and meaningfulness. At Diageo, we really encourage all our people to spend time discovering their purpose. And then we find ways to help them achieve their purpose every day in everything they do, whether it's professional or personal. Sustainability is at the heart of building our business for the future, and purpose defines the manner in which we bring this alive. I'm really happy to share with you that our overall diversity has increased from about 7.5% in 2015 to 26.5% in F23 last year, right? We have 50% women in our executive committee. 35% of our senior leaders are women, right? We are by no means done, but the progress has been motivating and inspiring for all of us involved in making this happen. As responsible water stewards, our goal is to reduce water usage in our products and replenish more water than we use in the areas where we operate. We have overachieved our water replenishment target by 25%, 3 years ahead of time. We had goals for 2026, we achieved them in 2023, and we are not stopping here. We are investing in water, sanitation, and hygiene projects to empower women by providing sustainable water access and rebalancing their societal roles in more than 30 villages. I started my career journey as a marketeer, and I truly believe that this audience of marketeers and business leaders can build and shape brands and businesses that can change the way society and its citizens perceive the world. So I just want to end by saying, lead with purpose, be the voice of change, and keep walking. Thank you so much.
The initial round of felicitations at Storyboard18 Visionaries Bengaluru chapter illuminated the stage, honoring outstanding achievers from Sumit Virmani of Infosys to Shubhranshu Singh of Tata Motors, Roshni Das from Intel, Sai Narayan of Policy Bazaar, Anirudh Haldar from TVS, Meenakshi Handa of ITC Limited, Ravi Desai from Amazon India, Karthik Saturagiri of Amazon Web Services, and Amit Doshi of Britannia Industries. Rohini Srivatsa, Chief Technology Officer at Microsoft India and South Asia, unveiled the future of marketing, exploring trends, concepts, and beyond through a special talk.
We've all learned to use technology in ways that we don't even realize. If you think about the technology as a broader thematic and go back to the human race, you can go back to as far back as fire, as far back as a wheel, that technology was used. I think the thing to remember is that at the end of the day, technology is just a tool. While many of us may not be programmers, many of us may not be people who deal with technology, today you are able to deal with this technology through a natural interface. You are able to talk to it. For each one of us, whatever function, whatever industry we are in, I think we have to start thinking, how would our work, our outcomes, our purpose, our organization, our industry look like when you suddenly have a machine which is pretty much as intelligent as a freshly minted MBA. But I think the point has arrived where each one of us needs to look at our work and rethink what is the outcomes, what is the purpose. Many people ask me, how will my job change? I said, stay focused on your outcomes, not on the tasks. Don't get married to your tasks. I'll just leave you with that. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for the wonderful evening.
Welcome back to Storyboard 18 Visionaries Bengaluru edition. The second set of felicitations saw top marketeers from various industries recognized for their contributions to the field of marketing. This included Harsh Jain of Grove, Chandrika Jain of Lenovo, Ramesh Srinivasan of PhonePe, Mahua Das Gupta of Tata Click Luxury, Anshul Khandelwal, CMO of Ola Electric, Uzma Irfan from Prestige Group, Nipun Sharma of Salesforce, Anna Olin of IKEA, Puneet Das from Tata Consumer Products, and Rahul Gandhi of ID Fresh Foods. The evening showcased a captivating panel discussion moderated by Storyboard 18's Dilshad Irani, featuring distinguished participants including Anshul Khandelwal, CMO of Ola Electric, Shubhranshu Singh, CMO of Tata Motors Commercial Vehicle Business Unit, Ruchira Jaitley, CMO of Diageo India, and Sumit Virmani, Global CMO of Infosys. Together, they delved into the intriguing topic on Think Like a Startup, Disruptor Approach in a Complex Marketing Age. What does it take?
So, given that it sort of came from our conversation, let me start with you. What is the disruptor mindset? Let's define that first. Quickly, what is it to you? What does being a disruptor mean for you?
I think disruptor for me is agility. It is consumer-in. It is innovation, right? It is breaking stereotypes and barriers, especially in some of the industries that all of us work in.
How do you sort of, stay the disruptor and not become the disrupted?
I'd again leave you with very, very quick three ideas. I love the three, so let's say exploratory, experience tech, and experimentation. When I say exploratory, you got to always be looking around the corners of what's the next change that's going to hit your business. Because my context and your context will be very different, and sometimes, like what's happening in our space, AI can be existential for this industry. Are you really, as a marketer and a business head, prepared for that disruption? That's one dimension. The second dimension is tech. In our business as marketeers, tech has truly democratized marketing. You don't necessarily need those millions of dollars to compete against the big boys, as long as you're smartly using technology. And third, the dimension that I really talked about, which is all about create a culture of experimentation. Fail fast is the methodology that will keep you going.
Your founder is an icon of disruption. So what does it mean?
We have the privilege of being extremely young. We don't have the baggage, and hence we can dream really crazy. And that's what we have done at Ola as well, is to really challenge the status quo of most people. And my job is actually at Ola Electric is to ensure that established people like you don't sleep at night because we do crazy things. And it started from the vision. I think it spreads across things. We were the first ones to hire 10,000 women running the factory which was one of the first in India. There are others as well, but and the reason we did that was not because we just wanted to disrupt, because that was the right thing, and that led to disruption as well. We disrupted in the truest sense in terms of looking at how retail is done in India, and especially auto retail. A lot of people told us that this is not how auto retail can work in India, and we were the first ones to actually go direct to the consumer. And till date, people don't believe that we don't have any dealership network with about 1,000 centers all across the country, built in 6 months, our factory built in 8 months. So I think speed, scale, the power to dream.
Pick off like what Anshul said about, the idea of baggage then. Does that come in the way of, this sort of thinking like a startup or thinking like a disruptor for, the legacy company?
Legacy in terms of your age, as in how many years you've been around as a business, actually compels you to think more and more in terms of disruptive forces which are at work. It's rare that young businesses may fail. It's only the iconic pioneering businesses that face true challenges and can truly be disrupted. So I think where disruption, I particularly speaking for myself, I don't like the word disruption because the connotation is very violent, as if something untoward has happened. Just innovation that comes to fruition on scale and alters the way we live and work and do business is a more appropriate definition to my mind. And in that sense, I think Tata Motors is a pioneer even today, whether it's in the area of electric vehicles, whether it's in the area of telematics. We have products and digitization products across the whole spectrum of commercial mobility. So I think we are actively taking measures to stay ahead of the curve, and that's true of so many other large corporations across the world. To my mind, disruption is going to be fruitful and helpful, and you will probably originate some disruption if you're able to do experiments on scales.
Varun Berry, MD of Britannia Industries, gave a special talk on transformative leadership and strategic acumen, setting benchmarks for innovation and excellence.
The first thing that all you youngsters have to be very clear about is to set an ambition for yourself, right? It's very important that you set it out for yourself very, very clearly, because it all starts with the ambition. If you don't have that, you will not move forward in the direction that you anticipated for yourself. And many a times we get constrained to have an ambition which is not bold enough. So make sure that you make it bold, right? The second lesson is to learn to stick to the basics, right? We work in a very humble company which sells very humble product to very humble people. We sell bakery products to everyone in this country and beyond. So what we think about is, how do we create the right brands? How do we create the right products? How do we fulfill the needs that are required by the consumers? And how do we then get our products at a hand's reach of the consumers, right? So I think that's very, very critical. And as marketeers, you should make sure that that is something that you make a principle for yourself. Please remain hungry. Please set yourself on change and embrace it. And I know it's a often used line, but frankly, it's the most important thing. You are as strong as your team. You are as strong as your team in the marketing department, your agencies, people that you interact with. So make sure that you motivate, cultivate, and build these teams so that together you can succeed.
In the final round of awards, top marketers were applauded for their outstanding contributions. This round featured recognition for exemplary marketers such as Joyita Ghoshal from GoQuick, Pranesh Urs from Ather, Ashish Mishra of Acco Insurance, Mohit Rati from Porter, Ankit Taparia of Yulu, Santosh Hegre of Licious and Ishita Grover of OnePlus. The Bengaluru edition of Storyboard18 Visionaries concluded as a resounding success, marking a remarkable gathering that celebrated excellence in marketing and innovation. As the event wrapped up, participants left not just inspired but also enriched by the invaluable insights and experiences exchanged throughout the gathering.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.